Hello, everybody in YouTube land. I hope you're having a great Thursday. Today, we have a new Arkham Horror video where we're going to be talking about 5 cards that we think we underplay for a variety of reasons. We have, I assume, at least 5 reasons, of 1 for each card. Why don't we dive right in? Bryn, what?
Wait, why did you say it was Thursday? It's Wednesday.
It's Thursday when the video comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because time works differently on YouTube.
Yeah, it's May 6th at 4:00 p.m. Mountain right now. Bryn, what's your number 5 for 5 cards you think we underplay?
So I've got Storm of Spirits. This card is basically like magic dynamite. There are so many different holes. Well, actually, there aren't. There's like largely one specific hole that this card can dig you out of. Does a real good job of it. And I don't ever play with this card.
Just because you don't play Purple Investigators.
Do you have you ever played a Purple Investigator in Dream Eaters?
No, I haven't. But
because
sometimes you gotta kill like I don't know, maybe 30 cats from Saturn.
Yeah, because that's the only time I've ever played Storm of Spirits. So I can agree that it probably has play outside of it, but
yeah. Even if you just you're teeing up to fight the boss monster and somebody draws another little dinky guy, you can just be like, cool, I'm just gonna fight the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Or alternatively, I'm gonna fight the dinky little guy because it doesn't force you to fight the biggest guy.
Yeah.
Just one of them.
Yeah, that actually is a good point.
Points,
yeah.
Right? So it does I think this card does a lot more work than I typically give it credit.
Yeah.
And then I just put, astral travel into my deck like an idiot.
My number 5, I actually think it kind of fits kind of with what Travis's number 5 is like these utility skills that only commit for one symbol. I think they're generally not really played by... I mean, I'm playing in our Mandy deck in our Forgotten Age Return to, which we've been talking about for months, but due to COVID, we haven't put up the first episode yet. But I think Enraptured is a really strong effect, obviously for the decks that want it, but I mean, like, even in like in Gloria, like being able to refill charges on your spells that you're using to do things just to grab like one clue off a location as opposed to using a clairvoyance. I think there's a lot of power in these skills that we really don't play too often. I mean, like in Mandy as well, being able to refill a Mr. Rook is just while also grabbing a clue. Like, that seems sick. It's also practiced for that reference as well. So, like, you can get in my Mandy deck that we're playing in Forgotten Age, it's happened where practice makes perfect. Grab a deduction and Enraptured because Mandy's broken. Put a charge on my Mr. Rook, grab 2 clues, do it all again, right? Like, card's strong, and I don't think we play it enough to really take advantage of its strength. Travis, what's your number 5?
I got Survival Instinct in the same vein as Justin. I think it's just a nice utility skill that we found ourselves in quite a few situations. I've noticed our most recent playthroughs were like, man, I wish I could just like not have to fight both these guys this turn.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you don't even have to be the one performing the evasion check. Like, and it's a free move action.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
like that's kind of nuts, actually.
Even just as like when I read the card, because when you said it, I was like, what the heck is this card, Travis? Even just as a skill, like in Silas, to put, or like maybe not on Silas, but like on an like Rita, right? And then you can just move for free while also pinging a dude. That seems pretty good for one card. Yeah, I agree. This card is underplayed, and I think I want to play it. That's a sign that you know our video is doing well when you have convinced me, Travis.
I got lots of red cards to convince you to play.
Yeah. I mean, I have some that I need to convince myself to play, as you can see here. Bryn, what's your number 4?
Got In the Know. So, yeah, this one lets you 3 times during a game. You get to investigate as though you were at any revealed location, because obviously you can't get clues from unrevealed locations. because they don't have any clues on them. But you get to investigate as though you were there. This card just like it kind of takes whatever yellow guy you are playing and is like, hey, you want to be Luke Robinson for a sec?
Yeah. Do you know what this card's good with, Bryn? Enraptured.
Yeah, it is. I will also admit that the only yellow character I really play is like Ursula, and this card is really good in Ursula. It turns out.
Yeah.
Played with it the last time. So good.
Yeah, being able to like basically just laugh at your weakness.
Yeah. Yeah. Like your weakness is like you got to investigate a location you're not at right now, and you're like, cool, whatever. Like I'm not going there though.
Yeah.
Or you're moving through locations, but none of them have clues on them. But you're moving towards one that does have clues on them. You're like, free investigate action. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Yeah. No, I think this card is a lot better than I've had initially given it credit for. Where I was like, 3-costed filler garbage.
3-costed filler garbage that I have to pay experience to put in my deck.
Like, get that out of here. No, I think this card is really quite strong.
So, yeah, it's fair. Like on its own, it doesn't generate any value when you just read it.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to, but it's real good. Also, if you are Rex Murphy and you investigate as though you're at the location, but you succeed by 2 or more, you get to discover a clue off the one you're at right now too.
Whoa.
Yep.
Spicy.
That's kind of cool.
So true.
All right, my number 4 is Nightmare Bauble, the card that I think whenever Travis and I see in a video, we say, hey, I want to play this card.
Card's really good. Yeah, really cool.
I think it falls prey to the accessory slot, and we're just like, Rabbit's Foot's good. Like, it draws cards, right? Like, what does this do? It cost me 3 experience. But being able to say no, like, you cancel that token. Like, you cancel the autofail. You get to say no to it. You shuffle a Parasite into your deck. I don't even know what the Parasite does, but the only thing I remember about the Parasite is that it's not as bad as drawing an autofail token for a test where you want to not, right? To the point where even, like, maybe the variability of when you use the ability to have complete control. So, like, you're investigating, you draw the autofail, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to use this right now because I don't really need this pass. However, if I'm fighting an enemy or when I'm, Bryn's doing a test, and it's just one of those things where you can just say no to the tests that are important. And you're probably not going to draw more than 3 autofail tokens unless, once again, you're Bryn. Card's sick, and I'm very excited to play with it. And I think we've not played it at our table. And I think it's too good to not. Travis.
Oh yeah, I got Plucky here. I kind of don't understand why you don't. I mean, this is like true for several of the composures. I also had like Moxie under consideration, but they're fast to play. They cost 1 experience, and yeah, like if they take a brain damage, they explode. But you can just pay money for like a brain.
Yeah. And
like also for another skill.
I think so. I agree. Plucky's great, and I think it's the best composure. I mean, I personally don't play it because I like it's kind of like one of those things where it's like I'm eating my own tail here, but I just have Pete, and I know Pete can like protect this card literally until the ends of the earth, right?
Then you can just use it to investigate instead.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I rarely, like, with my Survivor stuff, and, like, I'm hoping to explore... I actually also haven't played a red character in the longest time, and it's making me so angry. But, because I'm stuck in this mystic purple character hell for, I feel like, since our mono mystic playthrough. But I think it's just, because it goes, I'm stuck in that I was stuck in that path of being, like, Dark Horse, focusing more on damage, right? But now that I can also then focus on in investigating with like Mariner's Compass, like it opens a bit more thing with Dark Horse, because I think this one does kind of work really good in that build. Also as well, like I'm not as scared of treachery cards as Travis is, but that's just because I'm a Survivor player first and foremost. And if we fail, we go, thank God, I've done it. But I do agree, the card's great, and I think I should play more, and I think also, like, I agree with you, the composures are better than we give them credit for.
Yeah, it's also only 1 experience. Pretty good deal.
Yeah, super cheap. I think the only composure I've ever played was when I did my solo Finn Edwards run, and I played the green one, and it did work. It's very
Yeah, like I played this Plucky in a time holding deck not too long ago, and it did pretty good work.
You can definitely. I'll tell you, Travis. Like I'm gonna be doing this because once we get to my number 2, there's the inklings of where you see Justin not just going Pete Sylvester and Dark Horse, please. I would like to take one of each of those. Thank you, and I'm happy.
I almost put Madame LaBranche on my list because you only play Pete.
Oh, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert. Let's go to number 3. Bryn, what's yours?
I've got Fine Clothes. This card is neutral and could be played in every single deck I ever play, and also arguably should be. This card is not ever terrible.
It's good.
At its best, it's like really strong. Where the game's like, you gotta parlay this guy with your brain, and it's 4, and you're like, it's 2. But also, I have 4.
I think my opinion on Fine Clothes is that this should be the first filler card we put in our decks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like that's my point here. It's like I play this card a lot, but I still probably don't play it enough. Like it's not in every deck that I play, and the only real reason that that at least one copy shouldn't be in my starting pile is because I intend to use my body slot for something different.
Yeah.
I just that's pretty much that. I think that there's better filler cards, but
yeah, but when this card is good.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's like
you're
really
the
good. I
belle
don't
of the ball.
disagree with that.
Yeah. When it's bad, it's still just 1 for 1/1 soak, which is better than non-yellow colors get.
Yeah, definitely.
For a slot that they
it's definitely a good card. I could play it more, but I wouldn't put it at the top of my list for.
Well, I just like this
filler.
My number 3 is Quick Study. I think this card is honestly really good. Like it's the lightning bolt and the cost of placing one of your clues on your location as a yellow character is not a problem, to the point where like getting +3 for that value is insane. And I mean, I hate the art. I'm gonna just say that right now. I absolutely hate the art on this card. But I think the card's banger, and I'm surprised we haven't really played it at the table. I think Travis has played it once in like a test thing we've done. But I've never seen it in one of our videos, and it kind of surprises me because the cards, it reads really strong. Travis,
like it's like the +3 has to be worth an action, right? But that's also, I mean, my card's actually like kind of the same thing here.
Yeah.
I got Forewarned, where you draw a non-weakness treachery card, place one of your clues in location, and then cancel that card's revelation effect. This is one that I think I should be playing more. Like, I do agree that placing a clue on your location isn't a huge detriment, but like you do need to weigh it against.
Yeah, you don't just
like
do it
how many actions is this treachery card gonna cost me? Is it more than like the 1 and a bit that it'll cost me to pick up this clue? I say a bit because like you might fail your test to get it or whatever.
Yeah, because I kind
of
the
answer is like most of the time it's worth it, but
yeah, I kind of view like Quick Study as like it's kind of like a permanent Forewarn, not in the sense that you can just like ignore any problem that comes up. Like Forewarn's definitely very strong there, but I mean like a lot of yellow characters have high brain. Like for example in Min, just now you tested 7. Like that's pretty much passing the test. In the fringe cases where you don't, obviously that sucks, right? But being up 3 at the cost of a clue, and then like you use True Understanding, and you just pick that MFer right back up, and you're like, right? Like you obviously, that's not great, but I still got a dab out of it because you're actually not.
Oh no, it still seems strong. You just gotta like, you have to play around it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I agree.
I'm not trying to say it's bad or anything. It's just.
I agree with as well with Forewarned, right? Like just that this card is basically just a water protection, and as we always say, water protections are good.
Yeah, no, and in the same vein as what I was saying with Quickset, you can't just throw it at whatever. You have to
Yeah.
actually think about it before you use it.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, I'm going to use it on this investigate this location test.
Yeah.
But no, maybe don't.
You're sitting there testing 6-4 on your false lead, and you're like,
All right, Bryn, what's your number 2?
I got the Jewel of Aureolus. I just really like this card. I would like to play with it more. I reveal a lot of red tokens, and just the possibility of getting something back out of that, I think that's pretty neat.
Oh, that's funny.
But even if it doesn't, you can fairly reliably trigger this guy once a turn.
Yeah.
And yeah, every time I've ever played purple, I've been like, why do I not have any money right now? And the answer is usually because I cut emergency cash from my deck for some stupid reason. Or something like that. It's largely my own fault, but this would be a good
yank could help. Yeah. And it's just even also a skill test at your location, right? As the support, being able to just hey, I'm with you, but really I'm actually happy when you fail, or draw cultist symbol, right?
you're like, oh no, that's too bad. As he stuffs his pockets full of money.
Yeah.
yeah. You're lighting up your ritual
no.
candles and oh, how could this happen to you?
Yeah. Oh no, poor guy. Oh no. No.
Sitting there sealing all the regular number tokens.
Yeah. My number 2 is Madame Lebranche. Wow, Justin, you're telling me Dark Horse is your favorite archetype and you've never played Dark Horse with Madame Lebranche? Yeah, that's right.
You've never done that?
No, I've never done it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I've never really had, The problem is, with me, I'm not like Bryn, right? Where when I find something that works, I don't think, but what could make this more exciting or different? I just think Pete Sylvester, he does everything I want him to, right? And that's my big thing with this, and where a lot of it is just I find something that works, and I'm like, that's my new life, and I don't get bored of it, right? But she seems incredible in Dark Horse. Obviously, she's made for it, and even just for a heavy skills thing, being able to draw a card after getting rid of all those skills, Grandma's made for me, right? But I've never played her, and I think I should.
I also think you should.
That's fair. I get my kicks out of playing Telescopic Sight. So I'm saying this is a lot less dangerous than that.
Yeah. Travis, what's your number 2?
This is Test of Will. It stops Ancient Evils, and yet we do not play it.
Yeah. I mean, I've played this Test of Will quite a bit, but the thing is, I usually go to it at the end of the campaign. But I think it should be higher priority, and especially with the new level 0 versions, it's I think we're going to see a lot more Test of Will at our table.
Yeah, there's the level 2 one that you just have to make a brain test.
Yeah.
And it costs 0 or whatever.
Yeah.
As well.
Edwards, Test of Will.
Oh god.
You can do it.
What is it? Why though? You're just throwing away experience.
No, you're just playing the level 0 one and failing the test and then getting upset.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree, Travis. It just stops Ancient Evils, and that's always a good thing.
See, viewers, this is why most of my cards were sent around cards I think Justin should play more often and not Bryn.
Yep. All right. Number 1, Bryn, what's yours?
I got the Crystallizer of Dreams. I play with this card all the time. I would play with it more if I could.
Is this him trying to... he's bullying us, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like...
Look, if I thought that playing a relic hunter and then having 2 crystallizers in play would do more than having just one, I would do it. I still might even do it just to put 2 Guardian of the Crystallizers into my deck.
I mean, if Bryn, if your idea for underplay Crystallizer is that you want to play it literally every time, technically it would be a card you think you underplay. So I can't knock
Yeah,
it.
I think there's never a reason to not play this if you ever have the possible chance.
Can I ask a question? How much anger did you have to push down once Travis removed it from his deck in today's recording?
Well, I try not to shout at you guys while we're recording, at least.
Yeah, actually, so like for viewers, like when we're recording, Bryn's really quiet and nice, but oh my god, once I press F8 and stop recording, it's bad.
Yeah. Anyway, I think this card is the best green card that will ever be printed. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
They
no,
couldn't
that's
print a better card than exactly this Crystallizer of Dreams.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like they could print a Crystallizer of Dreams that also doesn't cost you XP but gives you 7 cards instead. Like, sure, I mean they could just arbitrarily make a better Crystallizer, but they won't do that.
Bryn, for you, I hope that there's an upgraded version in the Return to.
Man, knowing my luck, it'll be upgraded, but like in a way that makes it unplayable to me.
No, what I really want is, like, you know how Holy Rosary upgraded into Guardian? I would love to see Crystallizer upgrade into a different class. Just for Bryn.
Upgrade
like,
into, like,
I'm not going to play it, but
play with it.
Just for Bryn. My number one is, I think the ally that, compared to the amount of times we've played them to how good he is insane. Like, I think we've played him like twice since we've started, and like Travis, he has that first card, Survival Instinct, just printed on him.
He does.
Like, that, he's bonkers, man. And we never play with the poor guy because, like, the green allies are very competitive. Leo's really good, right? But he's insane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He kind of is, yeah.
Like, just one action. Like, in solo, I think he's probably one of the best allies you can get in green, right? Like, just, like, as an action, disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. Wow, that's insane. I don't have much more to say other than Catbug is, it's kind of sad we don't play him more.
I am trying to play him with the telescopic sight, which you guys might ever get to see one day.
Oh, that's a combo
I hope
right
not.
there. No. Travis, what's your number one?
This is leadership level 2. This card is actually insane, and it's also practice. And I kind of want to put practice makes perfect in this slot because I've seen Brandon and Justin play decks where they could play practice makes perfect, and they have not.
I think I've only played one yellow character since it's been released, and it's in my Mandy deck.
Yeah, okay, that's what I said. I think. But
I mean, in all fairness, I probably had a splash card that I could have put it in. So you know what? I will retract my original statement. You are correct.
Anyway, this card is very, very good. You do not commit to your tests, though, because then it's only worth a wild, and it's kind of garbage. But if you commit to someone else's, it's like unexpected courage or +3 brain to whatever tests they're doing, and if they succeed, you both get 2 resources. That's so much value.
That's a lot of value.
That's like, it's like a free stand together, stable to guts.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just good.
I think this was I mean, it actually only came out in Dream Eaters. Like, I look at the cycles and I'm like, okay, this is Dream Eaters. I don't feel as bad. Like, it's only been about like 2 years, right? 2 years that this card has slipped under the radar. But I agree. Yeah. Like, especially when we play 3 players, right? Like, this should be a high priority not a high priority upgrade, but like scenario 3 or 4, get this going, right? Like, there's a lot of power in this card. And then you gotta go like this to your friends. Once we're back in person, we can be like, Bryn, don't fail this test. And then he does. Token. And then nothing happens. Well,
yeah, and then you threw away 2 experience for nothing.
Yeah. And then Bryn gets. I mean, Bryn's not getting. He's never gotten killed by the jellyfish, but one day it'll happen, and he'll be like, worth it, right?
Man, if the jellyfish ever catches me, I can't really say I'll like whose
That's
fault
fair.
is that?
That's fair.
Like I've
If
been
you ever
stealing
died
their, I've been
to
stealing
the
their eggs
jellyfish,
since
are
this
you
card
gonna
came
stop
out.
playing fertilizer?
No,
Okay.
no, I can't stop.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week with another list video. If you have any ideas for lists that you want to see us make, please let us know in the comments down below. We will do anything. We will help you figure out what investigators to play. We will do something stupid like our dumb video with the Amanda Sharp vision. We'll do anything that you guys want to see. So let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.